Okay, so let's get into it. So this is my Dark Magician deck. So I kind of had a different style to my Dark Magician deck. I was running it pretty basic, and then I decided to turn it into this Dark Magician deck that was like a ritual based Dark Magician deck, kind of like how I did my Blue Eyes and my Relinquish deck. Um, so I just kind of put the same generic combo in there, and just to set up a Borolo Savage Dragon negate, as well as like kind of an OTK setup, and it actually works better than my Blue Eyes Chaos Max setup. Simply because as they try to summon stuff and they try to play stuff, you're constantly getting rid of it as they put it on the field. So if they play something like, if they activate any spell or trap effects and they have a monster on the field, you can get rid of the monster or you can get rid of the spell and trap card. If you have spell and trap cards on the field and you activate it while they're playing, if they put something on the field, you can pretty much get rid of it. And a lot of the times that happens if you have like a, if you have the Eternal Soul on the field. So this combo right here is pretty basic. This is a combo that I've kind of been doing in all my duels. So if you pay close attention, um, you can pretty much get it. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, it'll become really easy. So I get Magician of Chaos right here, and then of course, like I said before, you're going to want to use Magician of Chaos with Advanced Ritual Art. Don't use Chaos Form unless all of the cards are in your hand or in your graveyard. But the goal here is to send one from your deck to your graveyard to special summon this Magician of Chaos, especially for this Dark Magician and Blue Eyes deck, because Eternal Soul helps you. It helps you resummon those monsters from out of your graveyard. Even if there's one in your hand, still use one out of your deck, because it helps you down the line. You'll see it later on, actually in play. So Borolo Savage Dragon negated his Allure of Darkness, and I negated the other one, and then he scoops. So I negated one with Ash, one with Borolo Savage Dragon, and then he actually was going to play another monster, and I was about to destroy it, so he scooped. Alright, so the next match. So this one, my hand wasn't as nice. This hand was a little bit more rough, but it was better for playing Dark Magician like Dark Magician should be played. So right here, I get Magician Salvation, I get the Apprentice, and then Foolish Burial. So this is good for just getting Dark Magician into the graveyard, and then using Eternal Soul to just simply put him back onto the field. And of course, I put Dark Magical Circle out on the field, and then put the Apprentice here, put a Dark Magician in my hand. So now that's two Dark Magicians that I can summon, because I have one in the graveyard, one right here, and I got Dark Magical Circle. So all I have to do is put Dark Magician on the field, and then I can banish this card that he has on the field. So instantly banished. Once I summon the other Dark Magician, I can banish his other spell card or trap card, whatever this is. I just have to put him on the field. And just like that, voila, banish. And then I'm going to put this into attack mode and just swing at him. He's only going to have 1,000 life left. I just end my turn. And then I just use Terraforming right here just to put another Magician Salvation in my hand, and just swing at him and take his life. And that's game. So this deck can be played multiple different ways. You can play it the way I just played it, or you can play it the other way. And then finally, this is the last duel. This one lasted about 2 turns. This guy scooped just like the first guy. The combo, honestly, it makes people scoop because they can't do anything. They know they're going to get OTK'd, and you're just constantly negating everything they do. I mean, if they summon a monster, you destroy it right away. If they play a spell or trap card, you pretty much negate it. So they can't do anything. They just scoop. You're banishing stuff they put, you know, everything. So go into the full combo here. Of course, I get Crusadia Borea. Allows me to play it on the field in a zone that the link monster points to. Hockey Fibrex. Hockey Fibrex is where the combo honestly starts, and then you just Despot 001 into Auroradon. Auroradon allows you to summon 3 tokens and then put Despot right back on the field because of his graveyard effect. Sacrifice 1 of each of those to get Herald of Arclight. Then we're going to use Auroradon's special ability to put Coltwing on the field by sacrificing 2 tokens. And Coltwing, when it comes on the field, it puts 2 tokens out and give me Despot 001. And then we're going to use that to make our next Herald of Arclight. And we're going to Exceed summon this into number 60, Dagaris the Timeless. And that activates Herald of Arclight's ability once it's sent to the graveyard to allow us to draw a ritual spell card and a ritual monster. And then Despot comes back to the field, of course, because of Dagaris' special ability. And then we put Borolo Savage Dragon on the field for the negate. Send Dark Magician to the graveyard to summon a Magician of Chaos. And of course, when we activate Eternal Soul, Dark Magician is coming to the field. And we're just going to negate this. And if he summons a monster, we'll just destroy it right away. So if he normal summons or special summons, you just pretty much get rid of it. So he scoops right away. I was going to summon Dark Magician right there and then destroy him with Magician of Chaos. Alright, so let's take a look at the deck list for this. Now, I know I got a lot of different decks here, but yeah, let's go to Magician. The Dark Magician deck. So I know my deck has 42 cards. I'm gonna remove 2, but right now I just haven't decided on what I want to remove. More than likely is probably gonna be Raigeki and maybe Foolish Burial to make it a little bit more consistent. But so 2 copies of Dark Magician, 1 copy of Despot 001 for the combo, 2 copies of Magician Soul. If I got 3, I'm gonna run 3. But right now I only have 2, so I run 2. 3 copies of Singing, 3 copies of Tour Guide. I got 2 copies of Magician's Ride right here. You can run 3 of these if you want. Ash Blossom, Crusadia Borea. And if you don't want to run the combo, if you don't want to do the combo, you can take Despot out. You can take out Crusadia Borea, you can take out Coltwing, and you can take out the ritual monsters and the ritual spell cards and just leave the fusion, this Secrets of Dark Magic in here. And you can take out Chaos Form and literally just run everything except for Dagaris, Borolo, Savage, and then these 2 here, and you can just run everything else. You could possibly even take out Hockey Fibrex if you wanted to, and literally just run a Dark Magician deck by itself. That's how most people run Dark Magician, but I wanted to have a Dark Magician that could OTK as well, and that's what I did. I kind of created one that's like board breaking in the first turn. If I go first, I can pretty much shut you down and you can't do anything but just get absolutely destroyed. So yeah, So 2 copies of Magician's Ride, 1 copy of Ash Blossom, 1 copy of Crusadia Borea, 1 copy of Colt Wing, 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl, 1 copy of Apprentice Illusion Magician. And the only reason I run 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl is because there's a combo when you have a Magician Salvation out on the field where you can keep putting her back on the field with Dark Magician together. So it's like a combo thing. And Apprentice Illusion Magician gets Dark Magician on the field. Palladium Oracle Mahad. This card is a straight brick if you draw it in your opening hand, but if you draw it after that, then you get to special summon it to the field, which is the best part about this card. Magician of Chaos. This card is absolutely destruction if you can get it onto the field with the combo. Like whenever they try to summon anything, it pretty much just says no if there's a spell effect going off. So you can lay something down like some spell cards just to make effects go off while they're playing, and you can just destroy stuff that they have on the field. Yeah, so this card's pretty good, but it's only once per turn. Alright, so 1 copy of Raigeki, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Terraforming, 2 copies of Eye of Timaeus. This card is really good, really powerful card. It's really good, and I'll explain it later after I go through the card list. 3 copies of Magician Salvation, 1 copy of Advanced Ritual Art. You want to run 3 of the Magician Salvation because this card searches out Eternal Soul, which is really important for this deck. 1 copy of Chaos Form, 2 copies of Dark Magical Circle. You can run 3 of these. This card is really important for constantly banishing cards that they play. So if they keep destroying your Dark Magician, you can keep destroying them right back by just banishing the stuff that they have by summoning Dark Magician back to the field with Eternal Soul. The Piercing Darkness, Called by the Grave. I got 1 copy of this. You can run 2 if you have to. I only have 1, so I run 1. Soul Servant. You can run multiple of these as well. And I got 2 copies of Secrets of Dark Magic. This card is really good for summoning. I mean, it's just good for just getting out cards that you really need. But I would say run 3 copies of Eye of Timaeus more than running these cards, because Eye of Timaeus you only really need just Dark Magician, and you can pretty much summon everything. 1 Solomon Judgment, but you can run more. 3 Eternal Souls, and Solomon Judgment is honestly like really important for this deck because if they destroy Eternal Soul, you lose everything on your board, honestly. So yeah. For my extra deck, and before I even get into that, the Eye of Timaeus, the reason why this card is extremely important, 1 Dark Magician and Eye of Timaeus can pretty much get you all of your fusion monsters, and these fusion monsters have really good effects. So Dark Magician Girl, of course you would have to use Dark Magician Girl for this one, but yeah, Eye of Timaeus, Dark Magician Girl, and this card can pretty much just destroy 1 face-up card on the field. But you have to send something to the graveyard. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, this one here pretty much makes it to where they can't destroy your Eternal Soul. So getting this card out on the field while you have Eternal Soul, it makes it to where they have to destroy this monster first before they can destroy Eternal Soul. So it's pretty good. They have to attack this monster first. So you can keep, and if they destroy this monster and they don't destroy Eternal Soul right away, you can just resummon it right back on the field because his name is Dark Magician. So you can get him right back onto the field with Eternal Soul if they destroy him. Dark Cavalry, this card right here is good because of the piercing damage. So if they have monsters in defense mode, summon Dark Cavalry and you can pretty much do piercing damage. And the way to summon Dark Cavalry would simply be to just use the Eye of Timaeus if you don't have a warrior monster in your deck. And just in case you didn't know, Crusadia Borea is a warrior monster, so you can use Crusadia Borea with Secrets of Dark Magic. And I used to have Crusadia Draco in here, but I took that one out. And that was the other way that I was using to summon dragon monsters. But Eye of Timaeus does that, so you don't need Crusadia Draco. The Dark Magicians, this card right here, honestly, if you can get like Magician's Rod on the field and something else, a Dark Magician or whatever, use Magician's Rod for the effect ability, and then special summon into or fusion summon into the Dark Magicians. That will get you Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field or in your graveyard if this card gets destroyed. So, and this card is really powerful because every time you activate like a spell or trap card, or one is activated on both turns, you get to pretty much draw a card. So this card feeds you strongly. Like, it gives you a lot. This is a powerful card for this deck, and it's best to try to summon this quickly, because it can just get your whole like strategy set up. 2 copies of Herald of Arclight, 1 Borolo Savage Dragon, a number 60 Dagaris the Timeless, Iban Illusion Magician, and then I have Iban High Magician. These cards basically do 2 different things. This one right here, if you declare an attack with a normal monster, then you can start banishing stuff that your opponent have. And then with this one, you can pretty much like special summon a dark spellcaster type monster when this card is destroyed. But if they activate a spell or trap card, you can pretty much like detach a material, and I don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't know. But yeah, you can detach a material from this card and do something. I've never actually done it because the match never lasts that long. It never lasts long enough for me to get to that point. Either the opponent scoops or I'm pretty much OTKing them before I even get to this point. Solomon Great Island Mirage. This card right here just help with the combo. Crusadia Borea. I'm saying the wrong card. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. Christian, Hockey Fibrax, Geonator Transversa, Aurora Dunn, and then Access Code Talker. I've never actually summoned Access Code Talker with this deck, but it is very possible because of how big of a board you can build. And I'm not just talking with the combo that I was doing earlier, I mean just in general with Dark Magician decks, because you can pretty much fill your board in one turn with all your magicians because of how much potential Eternal Soul give you, and then all of the magic cards and all of that craziness like that. Like Foolish Burial can pretty much get you a summon. Eternal Souls can get you a summon. If you I mean, there's just so many ways to get cards onto the field. If you draw Palladium Oracle using like Soul Servant, you can get a summon. And if you have Magician's Soul in your hand, that's another summon. So they kind of stack up sometimes. Sometimes you just have all this stuff in your hand, and you can just get like crazy summons in one turn. And they flow pretty well, especially when once you summon the Dark Magicians, your hand will get pretty big fast. So yeah, so that's my Dark Magician deck. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy it.